Welcome back to Client School. We're going to talk about other pet peeves in the divorce and family law settings in Utah. And this is who has to travel, who has to drive when picking up and dropping off the children for parent time, or visitation as some people call it. There are many people that will try to get his or her ex-spouse to do all the driving. In other words, if you want to pick up the kids, you got to come to my house to get them. And when your parent time or visitation's over, you have to bring them back to my house. People will try to tell you that's in the code. It is not in the Utah code. There is no law that says that the non-custodial parent or the parent who wants to exercise or is going to be exercising parent time has to pick up and drop off the kids at the other ex-spouse's house. In fact, because it's not in the code and because there's no expectation that you're both going to be sharing this burden, it would be important for you in your settlement agreement and in your decree to make sure you write down that both parents will bear equally the burdens and costs of transportation. One very slick trick for doing that is simply to say that the parent who is going to be picking up the children is the one that has to travel. That makes perfect sense. So let's assume that you are the parent that has the children living with you at the time of a parent time visit. And so the ex would come to your house and pick up the kids. When it's time for the kids to come back to you, you would then drive to your ex's house to pick up the kids. That way, both of you bear the responsibility and burdens of travel and the costs associated with it perfectly equally. But for some reason, there are certain ex-spouses out there that like to jerk you around and make sure that you do all the traveling. You don't have to do that unless, of course, you agreed to do that or the court ordered you to do that. But it's not something that has to happen. Surprisingly, there are a lot of people out there that believe that if you are the non-custodial parent or if you are the parent who's exercising parent time for a weekend or a holiday, if it's your parent time, you've got to go wherever your ex is to pick up the kids, and then when you're finished with parent time, you've got to bring the kids back. And that's simply not the case. Unless, of course, it was something you agreed to do, and there may be reasons why you do that, or if the court said, I'm going to make you do that for whatever reason the judge had. But otherwise, equal burdens and responsibility for picking up and dropping off kids are perfectly rational, perfectly fair, and something that you are more than welcome to put in your decree of divorce. Thank you for coming to Client School.